Occurred the 21st of August 2010, 22 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape: unknown. Duration: 3 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: landed low-flying silent object with pulsating lights, possibly landing at airport. I was outside looking at Jupiter through our telescope and decided I would go inside to get a drink of water and then come back out. But as I was walking back to the house, I glanced to the west and saw a low-flying white blinking light. So I walked fast over to the west side of our yard to get a better look. The object was probably about 2 or 3 miles to the west, and less than 1,000 feet above the ground, and moving at around 80 or 100 miles per hour. There was a white light that was blinking fast, and a red light on the rear that appeared to be moving back and forth. I could not hear any sound at all. I did not observe this through the telescope because of how fast it was moving, and I should also mention the telescope is very heavy, so it is difficult to move it around. The object was moving northbound, and as it got about 5 or 6 miles to the northwest, it started to descend, and it eventually disappeared behind some trees, possibly landing at the Lawrenceville-Vincennes Airport in Illinois, and if so, was probably just an airplane, but the object made no sound at all, so I am not quite for sure what it was.
Occurred the 4th of January 2011, 2 hours 50 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape: triangle. Duration: 3 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object. I witnessed a short duration, triangle-shaped UFO in Vincennes, on Tuesday the 11th of April 01 at 2:50 a.m. after working night shift. At approximately 2:50 a.m. on Tuesday, the 4th of January, 2011, I and my riding partner had just returned home, in Vincennes, Indiana, and were walking to the front door of the apartment house where we both live. I was walking slower than him, as I was smoking, and looking up at the stars. I was looking in a SW direction, at a bright star, or perhaps it is Venus or Mercury. I do not know, but I turned and looked to the east, at the Big Dipper, and then turned back to look again at the bright star, planet. When to the SSW, at approximately a 30-degree angle, I saw 6 evenly spaced white lights, at angles, approaching in a yin direction, and then make a sudden banking turn left, or counterclockwise, much like a kite might turn, back towards the SW. I got a full view of the bottom of the object, which was triangle-shaped, without the points, dark with single white lights on either side of the 3 blunt ends, and a circle of approximately 10 to 12 lesser white lights about halfway towards the middle. The turn was impossibly tight, silent and very fluid. Too tight to be any kind of aircraft I have ever seen, and I have seen many, having spent 10 years as a flying crew chief in the U.S. Air Force, as well as growing up within a mile of a busy airport. I was able to see the object quite vividly, as it was silhouetted in front of a thin white cloud cover, almost like a light fog, moving in from the south, and it actually moved into the clouds, immediately after turning. I ran to the front door of the apartment house, still trying to watch the object, and called my friend to come back and see it, when someone turned on a fairly powerful spotlight on the ground, approximately SSW of my position, and shined it straight up at the object. The object and spotlight positions could not have been more than a half mile from where I was standing. By the time my friend got back outside, the object had moved into the clouds sufficiently that it was no longer visible, and the spotlight was turned off, so that my friend saw nothing, unfortunately. We scanned the entire sky, hoping to see the object, or anything else that might be in the area, but saw nothing else. I would like to note that in the month I have been living at my present address, I have not seen any low-flying aircraft, and concluded that there is no airport of any type near this town, but this may not be an accurate assessment. I made a crude drawing of the event, and will attempt to scan it into my laptop, and include it with this written statement.
Occurred the 3rd of June 2013, 23 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape: sphere. Duration: 5 minutes. No of observers. 3 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object, emitted beams, changed color. The colored light was gone in a blink of an eye. The three of us were standing on our balcony smoking a cigarette. We were watching the sky and we saw a sphere of different colored lights hovering at about power line level and about 1,000 yards off. We continued to watch as it rose higher and shot off from the northeast to the southwest. It seemed to be gone in the blink of an eye.
Occurred, the 23rd of July 2015, 23 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape, flash duration, 30 seconds. Know of observers. 3 characteristics. Lights on object. Saw flashing lights heading very fast and low over fields and parallel to Highway 41 south. On the way home from Evansville, my girlfriend was driving. I was in the passenger seat. Her friend was asleep in the back seat. We were just about to get into Vincennes when we both saw an odd blue light up ahead on the road. We both assumed it was a cop car. I thought it was a light on top of the Regal construction building till the light kept moving in flashes toward us till it was eventually over the field, parallel to the right side of the highway. As the light moved past us with each blink, it picked up a considerable amount of speed, exceeding any aircraft I have seen, and I recently saw the Blue Angels perform in Evansville. The lights appeared to be approximately 100 feet from ground level and did not appear to be attached to anything, though it was very dark in the area, and again, the light kept blinking and was very hard to focus on as each blink only lasted maybe a tenth of a second. We watched the light pass us and go over the fields heading south toward Princeton, Evansville. We had not been drinking or consuming any drugs. I thought I may be seeing things till my girlfriend confirmed she saw the exact same object.
Occurred, the 15th of May 2017, 4 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape, circle duration, 2 hours. Know of observers. 1 characteristics, aura or haze around object, changed color, aircraft nearby. For the last 3 weeks, I have seen an object over the Vincennes R. It isn't there every night, but most nights. Usually white in color, but sometimes red or orange. I have asked others at work if they have seen it, and several have been seeing it as well.
Occurred, the 24th of December 2019, 6 hours 15 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Vincennes, IN, USA. Shape, triangle duration, 5 to 10 seconds. Know of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object, aircraft nearby. 2 triangle-shaped craft spotted trailing plane on Christmas Eve. I saw 2 triangle-shaped craft trailing an aircraft. There were 5 lights in the shape of a triangle along the bottom. They both made a 45-degree turn and disappeared into clouds.
Occurred, the 14th of February 2022, 23 hours 35 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Vincennes, IN, USA. Location details, along highway by a field. Shape, unknown duration, maybe a minute. Know of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object driving along the highway headed to night shift. I saw 3 lights in weird pattern shot in the air, took off like shooting star, weird light pattern, and then disappeared like a shooting star.
Occurred, the 5th of October 2013, 19 hours 20 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Bruceville, IN, USA. Shape, triangle duration, a few seconds. Know of observers. 3 characteristics, lights on object, triangle-shaped object, hovering at tree level. Bright green center light. While driving home, my children and I noticed a dark object with bright white lights in each corner and a green light in the center. It was hovering about tree level, parallel with the highway. Only had a few seconds to look because of traffic.
Occurred, the 28th of July 2005, 21 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Edwardsport, IN, USA. Shape, unknown duration, 20 seconds. Know of observers. 3 characteristics, lights on object. The lights flipped on like someone turning on a light switch and then off again. My daughters and I were driving back from dropping one of their friends off in Sanborn, Indiana. My oldest daughter and I were arguing back and forth. When she gets mad, she likes to turn away and stare out the window. It was at this time we saw these lights flip on in the sky. They were bright, but they really didn't shine down on the ground. They were a very bright orangish yellow color. I asked her and my youngest daughter that was sitting in the back if they see what I see. They both screamed yes and asked if it was a UFO. I told them that I was not sure, but it had 3 light in a row, then 3 more in row underneath it, just hovered up over Scudder Hill. Then just like flipping off a light switch, the lights went off. I really could not tell if it was still there since I was trying to look and keep the car on the road. We continued on south down Highway 67. I told the girls to keep looking out their window and I would watch out mine. We did not see anything until we got through the town of Edwardsport on the south side of town, about a little over a mile from where we saw the first lights. The lights appeared again on the right-hand side of the road. This time they were a little different. There seemed to be 1 in 1 row and the 3 in a row underneath. It again just hovered there for about 10 seconds, then like turning off the light switch, it was gone. We kept our eyes to the sky for the rest of the trip home, but we never seen anything again. My husband is on the fire department, so when I got home I asked him if he had heard of anyone reporting that they had seen lights in the sky. He said that he had not heard anything over the radio. He thinks the girls and I are nuts, but we know that we've seen something that cannot be easily explained.